Welcome to Business Talk with Buddy.
Hey, welcome to Business Talk with Buddy.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks for accepting the invite. I
problem.
appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. Well, people, we have our next guest on Business Talk with Buddy, Brandi Morris, Chicago native. Now lives in Rockford. She has a plateau of things that she's done. She's worked with Jive. She's done some production. Now she finds talent and helps people build up on their talent. So please welcome Brandi Morris. I'm about to put that in there. Put the little clap.
But thank you again for having me. It's a pleasure. Hopefully I can answer all questions and, we have a great conversation.
For sure. I'm pretty sure we're gonna learn a lot because the first time we talked, I definitely learned a lot, not just about you, but things in general. So it was awesome. So Brandon, please explain a little bit about yourself.
Oh my gosh. So like you said, I'm Brandi Morris. I run a few companies of my own. Ladiworkz is the umbrella company for Storms Entertainment, L&B Spoiled Clothing and Company, and as well as L&B Collection. We have Sellies, which is a hat line, Lady K, which is a chapstick, Keen Eye Visuals, which is my production company. I, as you explained, have worked in the industry for some time. I've gone back and forth with a few different things. But in the process of working with the industry, I found that I wasn't really comfortable with the way that they did things when it comes to people and, signing contracts or not, having them to just sign them and then not allowing them the chance to read them and those types of things. So I decided I did go to law school. And the purpose of me going to law school was so that I can teach people not only how to write contracts, but also teach them how to read them and help them to understand why it's important to read a contract thoroughly. We're told so many times that if we have a contract, we need to get a lawyer. And a lot of times we are well aware that people can't afford a lawyer. Mm-hmm. So that's why I felt like it was important to teach people how to read a contract and why it's important to read through the contract thoroughly before signing it. And a lot of times people will say things like, well, you have to sign it right now or we're done. It's like the end all be all. And people are really terrified to lose whatever it is they're planning to get. So they don't want to miss out. So they sign it right then. Mm-hmm. And so, sometimes we have to see people, how do you get out of these contracts? Because is that a form of distress if you're signing this contract, this situation? So it's a lot. And when I'm at home in Rockford, at my location, I teach people how to either start a business, and if they're already in business, I teach them how to maintain business so that they are able to create longevity. And a lot of times, we're told in business, well, if you want to just be an entrepreneur, go ahead. You don't have to go to school or you didn't have to graduate with a diploma in order to be an entrepreneur. And this is absolutely true. However, we do have situations where people are becoming entrepreneurs and they're very much so encouraged to be an entrepreneur. But we forget that the same people that we're telling that, you don't have to have a college degree or you don't have to have a high school diploma. Sometimes they have a problem with comprehension, or maybe sometimes they didn't read very well in school. Maybe they didn't understand math. So, and these are all the things that you need when you're conducting business. Yeah. You have to be able to comprehend. You have to be able to count money. you have to be able to read, so that you understand your marketing process. You understand your branding process. When people come to you and they're telling you, I need you to read this, and you're like, oh, okay, sit it right there, and I'll get to it. But the reason that you're doing that is because you really don't understand the words that you are reading, So it's so many things. And it's actually a passion of mine to help people in business for those reasons. Because we want people to succeed and help people to understand that also, not only do you want to start your business in your city, wherever you are, but you also want to expand your business to other cities. So the connections that you meet are the connections that you make, are very important to your business, and that's city to city. If you're in a city like Chicago, that's a huge city. So you make connections there. However, you don't want to stop there. You want to make your connections in Vegas. You want to make connections in Atlanta. You want to go all over the place. And I know, people are like, well, that's expensive, but there are ways to get it done.
There definitely are, especially if you want to.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to.
And that's the thing, though. You have to want to. You got to want to be able to get those things done. And how do you get it done? By making other connections. Like, who are the people that you know? When you're in business, it's imperative that you surround yourself around people who are not only in business, but are secure in minds like you. And we hear that all the time. Like, you want to be around a like mind. But you want to make sure your mind is on making your business prosper.
Yeah.
So if your mind is not on that, then, I don't know.
Exactly. Birds of a feather flock together.
Exactly.
Everyone, like at the same time, they all leave. So if you're stuck here, you're still hanging out with the same people.
Right.
You're gonna make your flight.
Yeah, pretty much.
So what exactly are your businesses?
Okay, so again, Ladiworkz is the umbrella company for everything. So Ladiworkz pretty much handles everything that's going on, output, input, pretty much the one that says yay or nay. Storms Entertainment handles the entertainment portion of our events. So if we have a model, if we have an artist that sings or raps, or if we have an actor, which we have all of those, book author, whatever, Storms Entertainment puts those events on, right? L&B, again, is L&B Spoiled Clothing and Company, as well as L&B Collection. So L&B Spoiled Clothing and Company is the kids' company. They are named after my sons, Lawan and Brandy. And those clothes were designed for children, with children in mind, obviously, so that they would be able to be comfortable, be well dressed. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. So they would be well dressed and be comfortable without having ridicule. The clothes will be quality and all of that good stuff. L&B Collection is the adult line. So we have barware. I'm not sure if you saw that. We have barware. We have the adult clothing line. Pretty much everything you can name we have. But Sally's, again, is a hat line designed with my son in mind because he loves hats. And it's my youngest son. His name is Marcellus. Which all of that is actually in the works to be revamped as we speak. Lady K is my daughter, and she has a lip gloss called Lady K. And so we're working right now for her lotion, as well as, she has a chapstick, I'm sorry. So we're working right now for her lotion and her lip gloss. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Whew. I'm cooking. So it's like, I don't know if the pepper is getting in my nose, I don't know. So yeah, that's what we have.
That's awesome. So you're definitely the example of creating generational wealth. Oh, bless you.
Thank you. No, I'm sorry.
No, sorry. Yes.
So yeah, it is definitely it's definitely my company. Well, longevity, to me, longevity and generational wealth goes hand in hand.
Mhm.
So my company, again, as I explained, the majority of them were designed with my children in mind, including Ladiworkz. Ladiworkz, again, is my daughter, Lady.
Mhm.
Works, the person that works is me. But the name of the company obviously was formed with her in mind, and I work it. So yeah, the generational wealth part of it, again, to me goes hand in hand. I'm creating these companies for them,
Mhm.
and with the hopes of having longevity. So we talk often about longevity, and we talk often so much about generational wealth.
Mhm.
However, we should make sure our focus is not just on the generational wealth part of it, but making sure that when we're gone, these businesses are not in debt.
Yeah.
We're not leaving our children in
Ooh.
debt.
Yeah. That's major.
We're leaving them something that they can actually utilize
Yeah.
and expand on, you know.
Explain a little bit how you would build a business to not be in debt and then still be able to pass it on to your children.
So, well, one of the things is, you have to, first of all, one thing we have to understand is there are a lot of business owners out here
Mhm.
that are, they're doing very well. And they literally started their business with $0.
Mhm.
So, and meaning that whatever little money that they had, they used it and they kept flipping it. What we
Mhm.
would say, they kept flipping it, whatever they had, however they had to. So, you get your money, and you're finding ways to market and brand. So in this day and age, what are ways to market and brand? What outlets can you utilize? We got website builders that you can use for free. You have Facebook, all social media outlets. These are free. Only thing you have to do is pay your cell phone bill and your internet bill, and bam, you have social media. You don't have to pay Facebook to utilize it. So you want to make sure that you're using every outlet to get your information out there. You want to make sure that people are seeing you as much as they can. We live in a time where people almost want to know if whatever you doing in the bathroom, like people want to know. You know what I'm saying? So you got to put that stuff out there, oddly enough. And so, with that, since these are free outlets,
Mhm.
you take those things in. So if you do events, you make sure you utilize in those outlets, and once you receive to so people understand that you have events coming up.
Mhm.
Once these people have come to your events, when they're at your events, you take that time to use that time to pass out information about what you are about. What is your event about? What is your upcoming events about? How can they get to you to spend more money? When you get that money, you take that money and you put it up
Mhm.
so that you pay it for your next event, and making sure that you utilizing all of these resources so that these resources start paying for your events that you have coming up. And so with that, once you're saving and you're saving and you're saving, and not only that, you're teaching your children. If you have children, you're teaching your children, or if you don't have children, you have nieces and nephews, you're teaching everybody around you that are of importance
Mhm.
how to maintain your company,
Mhm.
so that if you get sick, your company can still survive. But it survives off of money,
Yeah.
it survives off of money. So you got to make sure that you're doing the necessary things to keep a monetary flow.
Mm.
You know, sometimes people go into business and they automatically assume that if they're black, you know, that they could get a grant or a loan. Or if they're a white woman, you know, if you're a white woman, you're a minority, so you can get a loan. But it don't work like that. Your business credit and your personal credit go hand in hand. So you have to do things like build your Dun and Bradstreet number, you know, build with the Better Business Bureau. Make put yourself in a good standing where people understand that you're worth being a liability. They have to give you some money. You're worth it.
Yeah.
You know?
So I'm sure we got a wide variety of listeners and viewers. What would you tell someone who's starting a business but is still trying to use their business to eat off of without having a regular 9 to 5 and still be able to flip that money, as you said?
Well, listen, I am someone who has done that, right? So what I would say is it's not the best thing to do. You know, I would definitely suggest if you could work and, you know, still have a monetary flow to take care of all of your overhead. I would definitely suggest that. But if you are going to take on the position of, you know, this is going to be your normal, your regular 9 to 5, I would definitely strongly suggest that you make sure you are making an income. You need to make sure that you are putting something out there that people are buying on. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you want your door to be flowing open every day. And so you have to give them something that they're willing to purchase. You know, so whatever it is you do, if you're a cook, you know, a chef, and you have a food, then you got to make sure that you letting these people know this is what I'm going to be cooking tomorrow. You all can come in and get it. If you sell shirts, you got to let people know, okay, I'm going to be in here this time tomorrow. I'm in here this time every day. You guys come in here. I got these specials. Come in here every day. You know, you have to make people aware. You have to make them alert to what it is you have going on so that they can support your business. And this is why I always suggest strongly that we don't just stick to our states or cities that we're in. We have to, our connections have to go well past where we live. Has to.
Exactly.
Because where you may not get a phone call all day for 5 days a week where you live about purchasing your shirts or your food or your socks or your earrings, you may get somebody in California that's like, I need 5,000 pairs of this.
Yeah.
And the reason that that's happening is because you're making connections. You're making important connections. And those connections take you somewhere much further. You know, so it's very important to open your, what does they say, broaden your horizon.
Yeah.
Very important to do that.
Exactly. So really trying to find that balance between I need to be working at the shop and still making these connections and still building the business behind the scenes. Exactly. How would you?
So that's what you're trying to do?
No, just in general. I mean, that's what I'm doing. I got a lot of things. I got my business going on. I got
types of stuff.
Podcast. I work. And I still got some other things going on.
I feel you.
I got to do it though. I mean, and my business has grown because of that. The podcast has grown because that first episode has gotten a lot of views up until this is the very first episode. But I did exactly what you said. I put it out there. It's on Facebook. It's on Instagram. It's on Snapchat. I'm telling people about it. I'm sending personal links to people like, yo, watch this. Check this out. Check this out. Let me know what you think.
Yeah.
Because the reality is, doing those things will begin to bridge the gap of failure and success.
Exactly. And so people can't support you if they don't know about you. Exactly. You know, like we get to the point sometimes where we're like, well, they had to see it. They friends with me on my page, so they definitely saw. It's like, no, that's not always true.
Yeah. And that's why I'll share it as a post, and then I'll share some things as a story too. because I've learned a lot of people will look at stories just to be nosy.
Oh yeah.
And the more you put it out there, the more it gets in the subconscious mind to where like, man, what is this business talk with Buddy? And they instantly go check it out. Or what is this running mouse cell phone and computer repair business? Let me go check this out.
Oh yeah, definitely. You be surprised. You have to keep it in people. You have to keep it in their face. You have
Yep. And some people are just nosy. So it's kind of like,
let them be.
yeah. Because even then,
Might get you a sale.
it's still it's still gonna gravitate to you.
Very important.
They are still gonna gravitate you. So how long have you been in business?
Oh my gosh. So oddly enough, I started Storms Entertainment 19 years ago.
Mm.
And Ladiworkz started up here 3 years ago.
And that started in Rockford, Ladiworkz.
Right. It started in Rockford 3 years ago. Storms Entertainment started in Chicago 19 years ago.
Mm. Wow. Give our listeners a brief history of how you decided to get in. I know you said something a little bit about it earlier in the intro, about how you were seeing how the industry was doing things. You wanted to do things different. But is there anything else that you would like to add on to that as far as the brief history, how you got into it?
Got into the industry?
Yeah, your
Oh
business.
my gosh. So that is like hilarious. So I was at my school. I attended Calumet at the time, and they were filming a movie called Light It Up. Oh my gosh, how could I just drew a blank? They were filming Light It Up, and that movie featured Usher Raymond, Rosaria Dawson, Sarah Gilbert. I want to say it's either her or her sister, Judd Nelson. At the time, I believe. Okay, so here's the thing, because I never really remember, because I watched it off and on, but not really the whole thing all the way through. Like, cause sometimes around Thanksgiving it'll come on and I'll catch it and then I'll be too busy to watch it. But when we were filming, so now mind you, I never got to the actual camera for whatever reason. They kicked all my parts out, right? But I was actually in the scene where originally we were all going to talk to the principal. And at the time, the principal was the white guy. Lord, the principal was the principal. Yeah, he was the white guy from
He's the white guy.
From 90210. He was the guy from 90210, the father. And so I really don't know. I can't remember. I know that because it's been so long ago. Oh my gosh. Like I'm literally starting to feel old because I can't remember nothing after that. But I don't remember if it was Aretha Franklin's ex-husband, Glenn Turner. He became the principal. And so all my parts got kicked out.
Oh, wow.
Because they had like some type of issue and all my parts got kicked out. However, back to the story. So I was walking down the hall and I was singing because I was in this choir at my school.
Okay.
And I was walking down the hall singing, I Know I've Been Changed. Sure, they were filming. So crazy thing is like, we didn't even think about the fact that they were filming. And so we were just walking down the hall because when I was in school, this is all I did. Like I would walk down the hall and sing all day long. Like teachers would be like, you can sing, but we in class. I mean, we did all type of stuff. We would bang on the lockers, like to put your hands where my eyes can see. We would do all types of stuff. So anyway, I was walking down the hallway. I was singing I Know I've Been Changed, which is a gospel song. Usher came running downstairs and he's like, sing again, sing again. And I stood my ass there like a deer in headlight, like, and everybody behind me like, Brandy sing, Brandy sing, Brandy sing. And I'm like, he was like, sing, just sing it again. And I'm like, he like, just do it. And they like, Brandy, just do it. Like we in a Nike commercial or something. I'm like, yeah. So, so anyway, I actually did end up leaving. And I ended up in New York, and so I ended up working. I ended up working with the industry, and so I would see, and all types of weird stuff, you know, like it didn't equate to being a good person. You know, example, if someone, I think we talked about this, if someone comes to you, you know, and you know they have a craft, you know, this person can sing or this person can rap, but you know they don't have no money, you know, they got like $5 in their pocket. So you like, okay, I got $100,000 for you, but you know, I'm gonna put this paper in front of you, you're gonna sign this, will bind you to this contract, you know, you can sign it, you can read it later. It says this, and this. Sign this, I'm gonna cut you this check, and then, you know what I'm saying, you good to go.
Yeah.
Seeing this stuff, it was like, oh man, it would happen over and over and over again. Because the problem is, you know, these people don't be understanding what it is they signing. They just know that, you know, this money is coming.
Yeah.
You know. So it's like, man, so yeah, I saw that stuff. I'm like, okay, I can't. So my company is pretty much set up, designed like that type of infrastructure, right? So if you come to my company, you'll be introduced to a lawyer. It's totally your option of whether or not you want to deal with a lawyer. I put photographers in front of you, or you know, website designers to design your website, or you know, so accountants, you know, to help you with your money and all of that stuff. So whatever it is you need, I basically put in front of you, except you know, you pay for these services. Yeah. If you need them, if you want them, you pay for those services. That way you understand exactly what all it is that you're coming across, you know.
Exactly. That's awesome. That's awesome. So obviously you already told us what motivated you to start these businesses. Has COVID affected your business in any way?
Oh my gosh, positively.
Explain.
So once COVID hit, I had an influx of clients. People were coming to me like left and right, like, how do I do this? How do I do that? You know? And I'm like, okay, so we had that whole situation that we talked about it where, you know, people will come to you and they want to keep having conversations with you, and you'd be like, that's fine, but you know, I have a consultation for you. And they're like, oh, okay. I hit you up as soon as, you know, I'm ready to pay that fee so we can talk for that hour. And then they'll send you a text message like, how you do this? Like they just forgot that you got a conversation.
Trying to do it on the fly.
So, you know, people think if they ask you 1,000,001 questions, they get out of paying that fee. No, buddy, we're not having no more conversations. And this is one thing that we have to understand in business, like, you want your business to survive, you want to invest in yourself.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to get everything for free.
Exactly.
And the things that you can get for free, I definitely advise, you know, you to take care of it. Get it for free. But in the meantime, when you want somebody to advise you and they got a consultation fee, pay that consultation fee. Because what people have to understand is, just like you have a business and you want that business to thrive, and that business is going to make sure that you feed yourself and your family and clothe yourself and your family. That's how our businesses operate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did good during COVID. I was, you know, first of all, here's the thing. One thing people have to understand is, if you have a craft and you know what you're doing, your business is gonna thrive. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because people know that what you have is quality and it's worth paying for. And it wasn't just my business. I saw a lot of small business owners thriving. You know what I'm saying? People who don't even have a structure. You know, they out their home. Like, listen, this is what we doing. They were thriving because people still had money and they was ready to spend it.
They had more money, especially with that little extra $600 unemployment.
Look, okay, people was like they was walking around like they was rich. Okay,
people were coming up, and they had to pay their rent. Okay, people were coming up. I tell you, I'm like, y'all making more money than me, and I work.
Listen, people, look, they know you know, you got to be able to steer people and help people to understand why they need to spend with you.
Yeah.
You know, and the work that was put in prior to COVID, it was good. So people understood, like, yeah, we need to go hit up Brandy. You know, I'm like,
yeah. So now when COVID hit and people don't got to go to work no more, they got all this time to sit around and think.
Well, because people, again, so I help people start their businesses. So that's what they were trying to do. You know, they're like, okay, what else do I need to do from here? One thing I do run into though is while people do come to me and they want to ask questions about what they do to do this and do that, a lot of times people will fail because they don't listen. You know what I'm saying? People want to ask you 1,001 questions, but already think that they got it all together in their mind. Some people I've come across procrastinators, people just like absolutely lazy. You know, sometimes people will pay you because they don't want to do things on their own. They just want you to do everything for them. You know, and what people don't understand is you will never have a successful business if you have other people running your business for you.
Exactly.
You know, like when you start a business, you have an idea in mind for what it is or how it is you want your business to look. It's already put in your mind exactly what it is. Nobody can read that out of you.
Exactly.
You have to push that out there, and then you have people to run it. You know what I'm saying? That's like Chrysler. He had to put the dude that do the cars. What's his name? I didn't forget his name. But the person who started that, he had to design everything. He didn't just sit in front of somebody like, you know what? I want it to look like this, 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 this. And then when he started his factories, he was like, you know what, we need, I would tell you, I want these, I want the line like this, and I want this. He had to go put all that together himself. And then he brought other people in to run it.
Exactly.
So like I've been coming across people that think they just supposed to say, listen, I got an idea about a business. You go on out there and put it together for me.
Exactly.
No, put your business together, and then you put people in the way so they can handle everything else once you've already put it together.
Exactly. That's the importance of a business plan too, because you're able to sit there and write everything down. So then when somebody reads it, they can say, okay, I see this. And then you can begin to help them fill in the blanks and say, okay, well, if you want to do this, how do you plan on doing this?
Right.
So yeah, business plans are important.
I hear. I've never done one. Isn't that crazy? I did mine. I've always done everything on my own. So
yeah, I did mine late. I already knew what I wanted to do, and I just started putting it together and started building onto it. And then I'm like, oh, I need a business plan. I ended up taking a business class, and they made us write out a business plan. So I'm like, hey, I might as well do my own business plan.
Dope. Man, I'm telling you, it's so weird. You know, sometimes you come across these people, and it's like they think they know everything, but you know, they come to you for help, but they already know everything. So why are we here?
Why are we having this conversation? Remember that, people. Don't go to Brandon if you know everything. If you don't want to leave for some don't go to
dude, you know, I'm a person. Once we come together, we can have a conversation about what it is we're gonna do. And I start immediately. Like I don't do all that procrastinating. It's like, yo, we getting done. We finna get it started and we gonna get to it so we can get progress.
Exactly.
I hate procrastination. It's like so annoying.
If you procrastinate too long, you won't do it. You'll talk yourself right out of it.
Listen, and I get it done. As soon as we start talking, I'm like, okay, this is what needs to be done. This is what needs to be done. Bam.
Let's make it happen. What are 3 things that you've implemented during COVID to keep your business coming in and keeping it safe?
So, well, the safe part, if someone is coming in to my location, we definitely wear masks. Before we leave, we do clean everything down. But to keep business coming in, I just recently had an event where we did an in-person as well as virtual networking meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And that was pretty successful. I had a group of 25 women. I mean, we also had entertainment. I invited entertainment. They were virtual as well.
Awesome.
So I do believe that the virtual part of this is really nice. Not to mention, before COVID, people was literally, getting invited to things and they didn't really feel like getting up and getting dressed and going nowhere. So, I think this whole Zoom thing, the virtual situation is perfect for a lot of people. They're like, oh, okay, y'all gotta go. I could go virtual. Yeah, I'll be there.
A nice little shirt on and keep moving.
Yeah, people are pretty, people like this idea. They good with it. So, I think that in doing this, whatever you could do, if it's an event that you could do virtually, like my event, I had people from New York, Atlanta, Colorado, Chicago. Those were all virtual. They were virtual, so if you could have your event and it still be, a good thing, why not? Let people know who you are.
Yeah. Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, COVID's definitely changing the game for things. Definitely changing the game.
It is, but I'm not really sure that it's has to be looked at as a negative, right?
I don't think
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I'm cool. I mean, cause it allows you to have communication with people that you normally wouldn't be able to have communication with.
Right.
Especially at the drop of a dime. Like you can't just get on a plane and be there 30 minutes later, but you can call somebody up and text somebody and say, yo, you got time for this meeting real quick. Hop on Zoom, yeah, boom, 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 and be done and over with. On to the next thing. So yeah. I know it may be hard to see COVID not being here, but how do you see your life after COVID?
I gotta be honest with you. So with COVID, I was actually still, and I'm still am to this day, I'm pretty much I'm an introvert / extrovert, kind of. So like I can, you see all the space that I have, like I sit in that space all day long by myself. And occasionally I jump on Facebook and make a silly comment and I get off. But for me, I was cool to adapt to what they had going on, like shelter in place. I'm like, okay. Fine by me. You know what I'm saying? So all of this stuff I was already doing. It was perfectly fine. I did not have an issue at all. So for me, COVID being over, I'm still gonna be the same. I'm gonna be acting the same way. Like people were like, oh, they telling us we don't have to wear masks. I'm probably still gonna wear a mask.
Yeah. Texas just said that they don't gotta wear masks. And I know a lot of people that live down
I believe Little Rock, Arkansas too.
Wow. Mask is the thing now. It's become a fashion trend.
Okay, people like getting
I'm looking for a mask to fit my outfit.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking for a mask.
You got on green pants. You're gonna have also a green mask with shimmery, shining stuff on it. I mean, people do what they do. People gonna make it work, honey, and especially Black people. Listen, it's fashion. Listen, everything they put on, it's like, what, a mask? Huh? Let me get it. Especially women. Let me get
that real quick.
shiny, shimmery stuff. Let me make sure I get. And even the ones with the clear things, they had even started the clear masks, the big ones that go all over your face. They just started making color parts to those. They don't look.
What?
Black people don't be playing. We gonna have some fashion in our lives.
Yeah, I look at masks like a mask is my second hat now. It got a match the outfit, same color, same everything.
Basically, listen, for real. I know these people ain't playing. I see, like I know with my mask, because I got the Ladiworkz brand and the L&B, but I wear, my Ladiworkz shirts when I'm at work. So I have a Ladiworkz mask. When I got on an L&B shirt, I got on an L&B brand. So, I be bummed out if I come across a shirt that I, want to wear and it don't have the same colors. I'm like,
I gotta go buy a mask.
Hey, really messed up. So yeah, I'm gonna still be the same. Nothing really too different.
How do you see your business in 10 years or businesses in 10 years?
Oh man, I think I'm gonna be dope. I still, it's all about again longevity for me. So I don't see nothing but the best
Come
in
on.
everything that I'm doing. Like me and you doing this event for Cities Connect, Businesses Connect, City to City. Like, I feel personally, there's no way you can feel when you're connected with people outside of your scope.
Exactly.
It's not. It's not.
Exactly. No, that's true. That's definitely true. Networking is the major thing. I had to learn that.
Like,
early.
It's a true story. Your network is your net worth. And that is very true.
Net worth equals network. That's it. That's it. You only make as much money as you get yourself out there with. Come on.
Nope. I'm telling you that as soon as you put yourself in the proper space with the proper connections, your net worth is gonna be like
boom. And I believe it too. Because even just starting the podcast and then my actual business, it's like everything is just up on the up and up. Quickly though. Quickly. I'm like, okay. I started changing people I was around, so quit going out all the time. And linking up with some business people. And then, because it's really different linking up with business people and going out than it is mixing up with people who's not on the same level, on the same page as you and going out. Yeah, because you're sitting there talking and ideas start flowing. People talking about, oh yeah, I've been doing this on my business. Somebody did this and somebody did that. You're like, man, somebody did that too. How'd you handle that? The conversation is just different. It's different. Yeah. Net worth equals network. I might have to title that one this one.
Nice.
A few more questions before we close out. What do you believe your superpower is?
Oh my gosh, my superpower?
Yeah.
Man, my superpower is just being helpful. Being helpful to people. People come in to me all the time and talk to me, and I just help them, with my words. And I be honest too. Sometimes they be like, dang, Brandy, but for the most part, they be like, oh, thanks, Brandy.
Gotta be honest, yeah, for sure. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Man, it would be a superpower. It would be to just put people in a bubble, protect them. Literally, I just protect people.
I felt that. Yeah.
It's always, you know what I'm saying? Like, and not just my family, just everybody. There's so much going on these days, and I hate waking up and hearing stories about somebody dying, and and not just dying, but the way people are dying. Kind of, it throws you back. So definitely for me, it'll be protection. I protect everybody.
Wow, I felt that. I felt that. If you can give one piece of advice to an upcoming entrepreneur, what would it be?
One piece of advice that I would give, I would say, pace yourself. Pace yourself, but at the same time, be consistent. Definitely be consistent. Yep.
That's solid. That's solid. If you could say 3 things to a customer, what would it be? Just an overall customer for any business.
Man, I definitely always say thank you. 3 things. Thank you. Come back. And be careful. Always. Definitely come back though.
Most definitely. So Brandon, before we close out, how can we find you?
Oh my gosh. So my headquarters are located in Rockford, Illinois. So I'm at 730 North Church Street. If you're in Rockford. And if not, if you just want to come out and see what I'm all about, that's perfectly fine too. But I can be, my website is www.ladiworkz1.com. So that's LADIWORKZ, the number 1 and .com. Okay. I'm on all social media platforms. I believe they're all under Brandi Morris. I know Instagram is under Ladiworkz. I do know that. And yeah, you can email me. My email is Brandy, BRANDI, at Ladiworkz, LADIWORKZ, number 1.com.
Awesome. All right, awesome. And we'll put that in the comment section, and we'll put it at the end of the video. So we can people.
Cool things.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
So it's like 1,000 different. You know what I'm saying? Next, I got to get like my address, my phone number. I was like, like, hey, you want us to pay you for real? Yes.
Exactly. That's how you build your business. You gotta be willing to show your information.
Definitely.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on, Brandy. We appreciate it. Definitely enjoyed the conversation.
No problem. I'm glad that you had me in. Yeah, we definitely gonna talk soon. So we can discuss the city to city thing.